Is your team facing a hard problem and would benefit from a confidence boost in order to solve it? Is your team feeling underappreciated and in need of some love? Did your team experience a substantial failure or get some tough feedback? If any of these resonate, then the Gratitude Workshop is the right one for you. At Cormentum, we believe that one of the best ways to enhance team safety and belonging is by telling your colleagues what you appreciate about them. Throughout this workshop, each person on your team will have the opportunity to share what they value most about each other. A shared sense of gratitude has the power to inspire you and your team to move past insecurities and toward achieving goals with confidence. Your team will walk away with a sense of mutual happiness and appreciation, and a recognition of each member's contributions. It's time to pause and be grateful to those on your team. There's minimal preparation necessary, and all your team needs to do is be present, either virtually or in person. I'm looking forward to taking you and your team on this journey. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Gabby from Cormentum, and I'm excited to be joining you and your team on this journey today. Before we start the workshop, let's do a quick icebreaker. What is something that you're grateful for in your life? Everyone, spend 1 minute reflecting on this question, and then we'll go around the group and share for about 30 seconds each. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. The objective of that icebreaker was to put you in the mindset of appreciation and gratitude. Throughout this workshop, each person on your team will have the opportunity to share what they value most about each other. A shared sense of gratitude has the power to inspire you and your team to move past insecurities and toward achieving goals with confidence. Your team will walk away with a sense of mutual happiness and appreciation, and a recognition of each member's contributions. This experience may be emotional for you or your colleagues, and I encourage you to put your guard down and be open and honest to make the most of this time together. The objectives of this workshop are: recognize, share what you appreciate in each person on the team. Realize, understand the impact you have on others. Learn what others value in each team member in order to gain broader perspective and empathy. Let's quickly cover logistics before we move on. First, you'll be using a workbook to capture insights and takeaways. Make sure the team leader or delegate has downloaded the workbook. Next, assign one person the role of scribe to capture all the notes in the workbook. Select another person to play the role of timekeeper. You'll see prompts on the screen to provide time guidance for each section. Lastly, some people find it helpful to have scratch paper or a place to capture individual reflections. Let's also align on the ground rules for how we're all going to show up today. 1. Respect each person and model active listening. 2. Commit to complete openness and vulnerability. 3. Strive for speed and simplicity. Now, take a few minutes as a group to discuss and align on these ground rules. Feel free to edit the ground rules directly in your workbook. Let's get started. First, take a few minutes to individually reflect on what you appreciate about each person on this team. Capture your thoughts on scratch paper. As you reflect, consider the following. What is the one-line summary for what you appreciate the most in each person? What is one specific example that illustrates this quality? What impact does this have on you? An example might be, Julie, I appreciate how you always jump in to help out the team no matter what the task is or what your current workload is. You did this last week when I was completely slammed and overwhelmed because my son was homesick. Every time you lend me a hand, you make me feel like everything is going to be okay. Now that you have your appreciation and gratitude captured for each person, let's start sharing. Here's how it's going to work. Pick a person that will be the first to receive gratitude from everyone. Let's call this person Susie. Each person on the team will take a minute to share their gratitude with Susie. As Susie receives all this amazing praise, she can only respond with the words, "Thank you." While this may seem challenging for Susie, it's important for her to listen to what people are saying and not think about a response. Once everyone has gone, then Susie will select the next person to receive gratitude, and she'll be the first one to share. Continue until everyone has had a chance to be showered with gratitude. Have the scribe capture the highlights for each person in the workbook. There's no need to capture all details and who shared what feedback. Now you are all full of joy and appreciation from that powerful activity. Teams that take the opportunity to regularly express gratitude have higher levels of trust and safety and more meaningfully achieve their goals. To build on this experience, how do you continue to inject gratitude on a regular basis? Take a few minutes as a team to reflect and brainstorm ways to regularly express gratitude, recognize each other, and genuinely thank your teammates. Capture your ideas as well as next steps in the workbook. You did it! Let's take a few minutes to appreciate the impact of this workshop and the relational growth you all experienced simply by expressing gratitude for one another. Before we wrap up, let's do a final reflection called highs and lows. Take a few minutes as a team to discuss and document how the group showed up in today's workshop. The highs may include the moments and insights that elevated your performance and brought you closer as a team. The lows may include moments where you didn't live into the ground rules or missed opportunities to connect. Once you complete this activity, you're all done. Congratulations on taking time out of your busy day to grow together as a team. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you at your next Cormentum workshop.